Yo guys, we make too many defensive mistakes. How can you have 62% possession, be 2-0 up and not win the game? Feeling in the game was a feeling of calmness. I felt like we had the game wrapped up 2-0 at half time. We controlled the game and Everton had 0 shots on target in the first half. So I had every reason to believe we had the game sewn up. Now Martial was on the bench, someone else decided to step forward and be the scapegoat. Was it Harry Maguire? David De Gea? Both of these guys are to blame, especially David De Gea. Everton's first goal came from that pullback which was not dangerous, and David De Gea palmed it directly in front of his 6-yard box, allowing this fraud to tap it in. I forgot this joke man's name. What is this guy's name? Decore. His jaw feels like a loss. When I saw that ponytail Ute flick the ball in, it felt like somebody had punched me in my stomach and winded me. Everton committed daylight robbery because they were so bad this game. They played good football for 7 minutes and somehow they decided to score 3 goals. The goal by James Rodriguez was nice, but the first 2, defensive mistake. The last one, the ball's bouncing around after a set piece, is just jammy football. The sad thing is I actually had hope for this team. Second in the league, we're trying to go first and we just piss it all away. When we had Moyes and we were taking L's all over the place, I became numb to the pain. Now that I've been feeling positive, optimistic, this team just F's it up, man. Luke Shaw, Fernandes, Cavani, McTominay, Greenwood, all putting in good performances, and for what? For 1 or 2 guys to F it up. February is a peak month for us and suddenly Pogba picks up an injury. Anyhow this injury turns out to be serious, then this team is just done out here. Right now I'm shaking my head as I make this video. I thought we had the 3 points in the bag, secured. Fernandes scoring screamers, Cavani shooting bows and arrows all over the place. I thought the game was done. And the last thing I see is Dominic Calvert Lewin celebrating like this guy was not anonymous for the whole 90 minutes. Yeah, this team is done out here. This Manchester United team is finished. Our starting centre-backs cost 130 million. Our goalkeeper is earning £375,000 a week. And the weakness in this team is our defence. Ever since 2018, David De Gea has been inconsistent and unreliable. I think for the first goal, David De Gea was to blame. He palmed it out into a dangerous area. And the final goal, he was partially to blame alongside Harry Maguire. David De Gea was not on his toes. He was not prepared to sprint out to try to clear the ball because it bounces once or twice before Calvert-Lewin's able to tap it in. If David De Gea is quicker off his line, he blocks that shot. None of this happens if Tuanzebe doesn't give a needless free kick in the first place. I quietly was thinking to myself, oh, Harry Maguire, he's having a few good weeks. He's been doing well. And then now he drops this stinker of a performance. Clearly, this Maguire and Lindelof partnership is not working. In the final goal, Maguire plays everyone onside and I don't know why. I've seen other teams push up to try and keep the ball away from the goal when they're defending set pieces, whereas this guy, he's stepping back, playing everybody else onside. He's been a professional footballer for 10 years. Does he not know these things? Or maybe it's because he's so slow, he always gives himself a head start to try to win the ball. I don't understand this guy's defending. I think Maguire is a decent defender. I think he's all right. He reads the game well, he's strong, but is he good enough for Man United? Nah, no way. He's got too many weaknesses. He's slow, he's mistake prone, and surprisingly, one-on-one defending is his biggest weakness. How can that be if you're a defender? You can't defend one-on-one. We thought we signed a 6'4" slab-head commanding centre-back. But if that's the case, why are we conceding so many goals from corners, free kicks, and just any kind of ball in the box? We don't know how to defend it. Ole needs to try a new partnership because Lindelof and Maguire is not working. But obviously he's not going to do that because he made Maguire captain and because he cost 80 million. Ole is too nice, too friendly to make decisions like this. A bold manager would come out and do what needs to be done. Somebody with the personality of Mourinho would come out in a press conference and call the players out, players who aren't doing good enough. And I think you need players to take responsibility because they're putting in bad performance week in, week out. How many times did we have to concede first before we decided to play football? It's a mentality issue. These guys, they're not made of the right stuff that you need to win leagues. They're not made of championship material. Have just won a game 9-0. We're in second place with a chance to go first. And tomorrow, the teams surrounding us, our competition, are playing each other, so you know they're going to drop points. This is a perfect opportunity to win and go in first place, right? Wrong. Tuanzebe doesn't need to foul here, but imagine if he were to step out of the challenge, and they're going to concede in open play. He's going to get slandered either way. But he wasn't aware that he had McTominay and other defenders behind him. Obviously now looking in hindsight, you can say he never should have fouled him. But still, to defend the free kick, we've got Big Maguire, 6'4", Scott McTominay, 6'4", Tuanzebe and Lindelof, 6'2". Why can we not defend set pieces? I do not understand it. We've scored 49 goals. We're top scorers in the league, but we have conceded 30 goals, which is only one less than Fulham, who are in 18th place, relegation defence. We just signed an 80 million defender, £80 million for a centre-back, and we're saying our defence is weak and it needs to be strengthened. So what was that £80 million for? We just threw it in the bin. This is a shambles. This is all a shambles. This draw feels like a loss. I don't even want that point. And certain people are blaming Rashford for a 3-3 draw, like he did not assist the first goal, and like it was him who made the defensive mistakes that led to us conceding 3 goals. He's doing his end. He's contributing to us scoring 3 goals, whereas the defence, I don't know what this defence is doing. Yes, Rashford, in some situations, he doesn't put his head up to look for the open man. He tries to take on 1 or 2 players too many, but that is not the reason why we drew this game. Supposed to play Monopoly after this game. I was making arrangements because I thought we had already won and I was feeling positive. But after this 3-3 draw, now nobody can chat to me. I ain't playing no game. I'm just going to play FIFA, take some L's and go to bed angry. Dead team.